hard.
Hey, we got to do this every week, Brian. I'm telling you.
Dude, no, it could be so easy to do this, like this isn't that. I mean, and granted, this is the first one where I actually am getting multiple video feeds in on one screen on a live platform, bro.
1, 2, 3. Brandon, go ahead and put your nipples on the camera.
Brandon, go ahead. Oh, we're banned. We're banned. That's it.
I think we're good.
That's it. Final straw. Dude, remember those days, dude? Do you remember like freshman year football that everyone doesn't know each other? People are anxious. You hope your mom hugs you extra tight when you leave to the morning practice, bro. You remember those days, bro? You're like, shit, all these varsity guys out there like picking on people. Sometimes they'd hit you so hard, dude, you'd have to reevaluate your whole viewpoint on life, your whole.
I'm low-key scared to go to practice sometimes, bro. I'll be honest with you. I knew there'd be days where we were about to hit and shit. I knew there were days where we're like, oh, man, like we're about to do Oklahomas or like we're about to have some crazy hit drill. I'm like, damn, it's going to be one of these practices, man. Damn.
Yeah, dude. I remember like freshman year showing up and you saw the size of like just the high schoolers, And like I saw linemen, because in Pop Warner, your lineman's going to be about 5'7", 155 pounds, if you're lucky. That's if you're lucky. I played Fullerton Pop Warner, bro. Fullerton Pop Warner, all the respect to them. We ain't a joke. We ain't a joke. Are we the best in the cities around Orange County? Probably not. But I'd say I didn't play against linemen above 5'8", 200 pounds. But then all of a sudden I go to high school, dude, and I see some of these guys that are like 6'3", 270 pounds, just absolute bricks, bro. Just bricks. And I'm like, wait, where were you last year in Pop Warner, bro? I didn't play against anybody like you. I didn't ever see a human that size on the field with pads on, bro.
The thing I see is the varsity team out there on the field first, and I'm like, bro, what? Whoa. Like you said, bro, I ain't never seen nobody that big.
Nobody.
No.
Dude, remember Noah Daggett? Guys, I remember to this day, dude, walking and seeing Noah, and they said he's a freshman. Brandon, I remember talking about this with you and Grayson, bro. Brandon, I remember talking to you specifically. I'm sure it was in the hallway to biology class, bro. And I looked at this guy, Noah, and I was like, dude, he's a freshman, bro.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, dude, no. I don't believe it. Let me see your credentials.
I played D-end in middle school, in Pop Warner. I played D-end. I was the sax leader. Bro. I was J.J. Watt, bro. I was Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa pulled into one, bro. I was a straight up force.
Bro, you were raw as fucking Pop Warner, bro.
Dude, I literally played. Hey, I had to go in the trenches first. I remember like 6th grade. They put me at. I was left tackle, dude. That's where I started. I've been this height since I was about 11 years old, bro. I haven't grown since. I swear to God, I haven't grown since, bro. I have not. I remember, dude, I was the tallest in 8th grade. I was at the pinnacle, at the top, at the class picture, they saw me in the middle at the top next to Morgan Day, bro. You already know I'd hit her lineup once or twice if I had an opportunity. Morgan, if you're around, I'd love to take you out for some sushi. I'd love to potentially, maybe get ice cream after if you're available. You won't have to stand on your... You won't have to stand on your tippy toes to kiss me. You might have to bend over slightly. I think you're like 6'2". I think you're at this point. I think she kept growing, bro. I think she kept growing. I feel like she's 6'2". I think we're supposed to be talking about fantasy football, and what I can tell you is, and look, I've been busy, you guys, and I apologize. I've been trying to do this before week 3. I wanted to do week 1. I wanted to do week 2, but like I got busy at work, so I kind of just fucked it off, But now that we're here, dude, I think week 1 through 3 is some of the craziest football that I've seen in my lifetime, dude. Comebacks. We're talking about like teams that shouldn't be undefeated like the Miami Dolphins, bro, against the Bills, bro. And I used to say, oh, it's momentum, whatever. It's a lucky break. But you go 3-0, the last team in the league to be 3-0, and you do it against Josh Allen and the Bills, okay? And you do it, and I swear you saw Josh Allen in the post game. He was crying on Tua's shoulder. Would anybody predict that? Would anybody say at the end of this game Josh Allen is going to be in tears on Tua Tagovailoa's shoulder, bro? He's trying to smell the flowers, the plumerias on his lei, bro. He just got off a flight from Hawaii, bro. And he's trying to smell the fresh plumeria because he just got tossed on the football field.
I mean, Josh still threw 400 yards, 2 tubs, so I don't even know what you want to say. Like the team as a whole, like they could have won, but they didn't, you know. But Josh still played his part, you know. A couple unfortunate events.
Yeah.
But, you know, all in all, he got me 30 fantasy points, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, I'm saying what I'm seeing from Buffalo is a great win for Miami. All right, great win for them. This is a big, great win. Dude. They were underdogs, you know. But what I'm seeing from Buffalo, man, is that they're playing. Their offense is just, I don't even know what to call it, bro. It's just survival.
Look at who had the most rushing yards on Buffalo.
This man Josh had the most yards. He threw 63 times, Brian.
You want to bring up Singletary right now, you guys? Is that what we want to talk? Do we want to talk about Devin Singletary single-handedly?
I'm not talking about him.
Hey, yeah. Everybody hates me for my running backs, okay? And Gibby, Antonio Gibson has played his part. Even last week, bro. He had like 11 points, but he had a touchdown there. It shows that he's getting usage, bro. Whatever you say about him, they're using him.
I think that Zach Moss is getting the usage, if you ask me, after Josh Allen running it himself. Zach Moss had 46 yards.
Do you know how many completions Devin Singletary had? Do you know how many completions?
Catches.
Let me look it up. I guess completions, catches, you know, tomato, Drake.
I know what you mean.
Tomato, potato, bro.
I'm trying to get your shit going. You want to know?
Right.
You want to know how Antonio Gibson's doing this year?
Wait,
he's averaging 3.1 yards per carry.
Who?
Antonio Gibson.
No, hey.
He's not a good running back. The only reason he's had good weeks the past 2 weeks is because he's had touchdowns. That's the only reason.
I
definitely stand by my take on him. Singletary's like attached to a good offense, so I understood that pick.
Here,
can I Antonio Gibson in the fourth?
Can I defend myself?
I gave you shit on. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I defend myself? Look, in fantasy football, sometimes it's not about the gold. It's not about the treasure at the end of Smaug's tunnel, bro. Sometimes it's about the guys that do their part and fill their stats. Okay, and I'll tell you what. If Justin Jefferson gave me a performance like Antonio Gibson, and if let's say Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, if they put up some points, maybe I'd be in a better position. So for me, and for many fantasy football players, bro, they are losing games because of star players. We're talking Tyreek Hill. We're talking Justin Jefferson. We're talking Austin Eckler. We're talking Justin Herbert that are losing games for them. Okay?
Wait, Brian, why do you have Geno Smith and Daniel Jones on your bench, bro?
Because you gotta
Jones needs to start.
Listen, you got to stash them where you can. There's 14 people in this league. That's more houses that are in the new Game of Thrones, House Targaryen. It's really great. I'd give it 5 stars. Okay? I'd give it 5 stars.
Okay, so what's your move for next week? Are you going to pull Claypool out and put Singletary in? Or...
Yep. I have to. Claypool, he's gotten targets, but guess what? Until Pickett is under center, until that gloved-handed absolute phenom of a quarterback is under center, you will not catch me putting Claypool in the lineup anymore. I'm sick and tired of it. Everyone's giving me shit. And here's my thing, is I put guys in that I'm projected about 140 points in a 14-man league in the weeks, okay? And people, oh my God, here we go. He's going to win today. And it's sickening to me, and it makes me not even want to watch football when I look at, I put up under 100 points. It's sickening. It's
Brian, you know who you play next week. Brian, you know who you play next week, right?
Oh, this is gonna be so fun.
Who do I play next week, bro?
You play me.
Hey, I get it. You're on a hot streak, but you ever heard of David and Goliath, bro?
Hey, Brian, how many points did I put up this week?
I'd have to guess it was probably over 100. I mean, I'm not a statistician, but
This is turning into the Michael
Did you
Bragg
want me to?
test.
Did you want me to elaborate on that?
no, please elaborate, please.
My team actually scored 164.3 points this week. Okay, which is by far the highest in the league in a 14-man league. It's ridiculous. Okay, that is actually ridiculous. And so let's go ahead back over to Brian's team real quick.
You want to?
95. Okay.
Do you know what my week 1 total was?
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I did my research.
Okay.
Did my research.
166.3. Do you want to know what week 2 was? Do you want to know what week 2 was?
103.
I know week 2 was an L.
102.9. 102.9. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what week 3 was? Do you want to know what week 3 was, bro?
What was week 3?
95.18. Okay, this is what you call a declining market. You call it a bear market in economics. Okay, you wish it was bullish, but guess what? It's a bubble and it crashed.
Brian, I just want to say this because you're my opponent for this coming week. Okay.
All right.
You got a pretty tough week. You got Patty playing Tampa Bay. All right. You got Antonio Gibson playing Dallas, who are apparently a good team.
Oh. All right. That's a different subject. We're going to come back to that. I really love to come back to this Monday night action. There's a lot to talk about, but carry on. But carry on that.
Yeah, we can come back to that.
Yes.
But
yeah.
You got Damian Harris against Green Bay. You know, I don't know. That could be a 50-50. It could be. You got to remember, Mac Jones has got a high ankle sprain. You know, so I don't know. That could be good for Damian Harris. It could be bad. It could set a new roof for him. You know, I don't know. Moving on, we got Justin Jefferson against the Saints. All right, I don't know. We'll see. Marshawn Lattimore is going to be up on his cheeks all night. All right, unless he wants to fight him again and get thrown out like Mike Evans. You know, that's fine. You got Debo.
Hey, what about Debo?
He's playing the Rams.
Oh, the Rams.
Ramsey's cooked.
Ramsey's cooked like a.
He just gave up 140 to Marquise Brown.
Let me say something.
And he plays running back. Debo's his best player. Like, that's not Patrick Mahomes.
Listen, I was a big Jalen Ramsey advocate. He be getting burned. He's getting cooked right now.
You know, Joe Flacco's looking okay. He's looking okay.
I just want to ask David Garman in the chat: is Joe Flacco elite? And this is something I was talking to Grayson the other day, and he was, I know he was playing around with me. I know this isn't probably what he actually thinks, but he was starting to say you can't spell elite without Joe Flacco, and that's where I just have to draw the line. Top 15. Okay, that's a 50%. Listen, how many teams are in the NFL, guys? Can we talk about it for a second? How many? 32 teams. 32 teams. No.
He's not even the best quarterback on his team.
But David Garman, bro. But that's not even true because we only have 14 teams in the league. He can't start in our league because he's the 15th, bro.
Yeah, but when my quarterback's Jameis Winston, he's playing with a broken back, I actually have to consider it.
No, yeah, that's fine. That's a story in itself.
That's how you know the waiver wires are really dry.
Yeah, it's dry. I don't blame Brian for having Geno Smith and Daniel Jones on his bench.
And I know I'm going on a tangent here, but my whole life I have been plagued by the injuries of the Los Angeles Chargers. When they were the San Diego Chargers, I was plagued by injury. My entire life, I've watched Chargers football, and we would get excited because at the end of the day, if you have a good quarterback as a football team, and you're going to see this with the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence, when you get a good quarterback that can run an offense, you're expecting playoffs. Even if the rest of your team sucks, if you have a good quarterback, your fan base is expecting playoffs. And if you miss playoffs, you're letting down your entire fan base, bro. You're letting down your entire fan. Kyler Murray, bro. And look, I don't think Kyler Murray is like necessarily as dominant as maybe last year's fantasy numbers would say. You know, I wouldn't say he's necessarily that guy, like on a talent level, but to that fan base, the Super Bowl's getting played in Arizona this year, right? Am I right? I'm pretty sure it's being played in Arizona.
Right.
Arizona Cardinal fans are still crossing their fingers, bro. They're doing all they can to see that their home team, like the Rams playing at SoFi this past year, they want that same kind of energy, which is, by the way, super rare. That shit's super rare. That never happens. The Rams, dude, I would be so happy if I was the Rams after being able to at least play, you know. They even won on their turf, bro. I mean, that's pretty cool. But fuck them, because the Chargers own LA. Even if Rashawn Slater's out with a bicep injury, I don't want to talk about it, dude.
How do you feel about your head coach leaving in your quarterback with broken rib cartilage down 28 in the fourth quarter?
Brandon Staley, you gotta go. All right, Brian, I'll let you lead off that one, bro.
Here's the thing that when you look at a coach, when you look at a head coach, there's certain metrics you have to judge them by. And football strategy, necessarily, I don't think that's the first category that people judge a head coach by. Because guess what? There's offensive coordinators. There's defensive coordinators. There's the special teams coach. There's the guys up in the booth that are like eagles watching the game with the headset on, trying to tell them what to do. The head coach is a figurehead for the team. And when the team's doing bad, everybody acts like it's the head coach's fault. Oh, it's the head coach, you know? And granted, and you know what? It depends on what kind of coach you have, but they might delegate a lot more to Joe Lombardi, okay, the offensive coordinator. They might delegate a lot. And so, if anything, no one's talking about Lombardi. What? Because his name is infamous amongst the trophy community. No one's going to talk about Austin Eckler getting like 8 yards.
Yeah,
Austin Eckler.
They need to carry it more.
You're gonna pass to Sony Michel.
Eckler only have 4 carries.
Did you see it? Hey, guess what? Point of view. I'm Justin Herbert. I'm entering onto the field. My rib hurts. My rib hurts. I'm a little dehydrated because I couldn't sleep last night. I get on the field. We're close to our own end zone. I know that this is my opportunity to show that I am an elite quarterback. This is my opportunity to show that this is my time. I just got to control the flow of the game and move down the field. Sony Michel in the flat. No, hold on a second. Sony Michel in the flat. Okay? And I'm talking about a guy that was in the waiver wires. I'm talking about a guy that needed to earn his place. He needed to earn his place on our roster. And he's the one. I don't know if it was first or second down, but it was first or second down. Okay, and Justin Herbert goes, he looks, his rib hurts, the cartilage is fractured, he's got a flak jacket on like he's in Call of Duty World at War, okay, and he's out here fucking crawling so he doesn't get hit by a claymore, and he throws to Sony Michel in the flat, and Sony Michel right here, man. Right here, dude. All you had to do was catch it. You didn't have to go break a play. Just catch it and go down. You didn't have to do anything crazy. He, boom, bobble, blippity blop into the hands of the defense. And then guess what? People are talking to me. They're texting me the next day. Oh, Justin Herbert didn't look that great. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, man. Justin Herbert's been out here working, bro.
Ryan, did you know that the same person that hit Tyrod Taylor's lung, it was the same person?
Dude, and I know, but listen, you know, there was probably, maybe he has tenure. You know how teachers get tenure. Who knows how it goes?
In the NFL, bro.
Tyrod. Hey, by the way, Tyrod Taylor, he actually is suing that doctor, and I don't blame him, because talk about your entire career just going down the flush, you know, from one mistake. You know, I'm happy about it, but
he's gonna win that too. Easily, he'll win.
Well, it's a settlement. That's, you know, what's gonna happen, especially if he's still affiliated with the team. you know, and Spanos isn't known for throwing money around, but he doesn't want any sort of litigation against his franchise, okay? And he's going to make it go away. I'm assuming maybe $7 to $10 million settlement. And is that enough? Is it enough? I don't know. It depends. If Tyrod Taylor went on that field and went to the playoffs, it wouldn't be, because if Justin Herbert didn't go to the playoffs, there's no way in hell Tyrod Taylor, you know, everybody's backup. How many teams has he been on? 27 probably. He's been everybody's backup, bro. He isn't going to lead you. And this is the same thing about Trubisky, bro. Trubisky isn't going to lead the Steelers to any sort of contention. Pickett, I'm not even saying Pickett will either, but he might do a better job.
Hey, but Brian, that's what it really comes down to, man. It's like when you look at Justin, man, he's really an extraordinary player, man. He's an extraordinary player, and I think that's kind of the problem at Staley, and he's gonna have to deal with that. That's part of the problem having such a good quarterback, bro. Is like everybody's gonna be so judgmental of what you do and how you do things because he's looking at it like, damn, Justin's telling me he's okay. You know, I was skeptical. The reason why I didn't play him this week, bro, and I'm gonna be real with it, is because I'm reading the reports all week. I'm checking my phone every day, seeing how he was, man. I knew he was really hurt, man. I knew his ribs were broken, man. And he wasn't really throwing in practice. He wasn't really participating. He was just kind of on the sideline and stuff. And then he gets a pain injection shot before the game. Like, I'm talking before the game, like 1 o'clock before the game. And then he's going to go out here and play a game. And I'm like, dude, like, that just – if that's any other quarterback in the league, you're not playing it. If that's any other quarterback, maybe Josh Allen, okay, I'll give you that. But any other quarterback, you're not playing him. But Justin, to his point, is just such an extraordinary player, man. Like, he's just such an extraordinary guy. Like, to even go out there and play that game is just fucking beyond me, bro. And
but you know what? And I agree with that. And there is something I really want to say about that, about how people are mad that they didn't pull Justin Herbert, or maybe not even start Justin Herbert at all. You know, because there's a good argument for not starting Justin Herbert. There's a good argument because guess what? If you lose to the Jaguars with Chase Daniel or Easton Stick at the helm, whatever, right? You know, then you can almost even more blame it on injuries, which I hate being that guy that's like, oh my God, look at our entire offensive line. It's Swiss cheese, you know, and you start talking about the injuries. But regardless, at least you have to understand that the remaining schedule in an AFC West team, you're playing the Broncos twice, you're playing the Raiders twice, and you're playing the Chiefs twice. You cannot afford to lose non-divisional games. If you're the Los Angeles Chargers, you cannot afford to lose against the Jaguars because guess what? You're playing the Chiefs again. Maybe you split it 1-1. You're playing the Broncos 2 times. You're playing the Raiders again. You know they're going to be pissed off.
Yeah, you know Brian, that game the Chiefs was big, bro. That game we lost. I mean, we controlled that game, Brian. We controlled that game. We literally, all 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, we controlled that game. And Justin got hurt, and Justin threw that pick 6. And you know, that's Justin's a human. He's a human being, bro.
It was Gerald Everett.
So
it was Gerald Everett. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about when we're talking about Sony Michel fucking fumbling a pass. He didn't even fumble because he never had possession. Good God, with bricks like that, dude, it must have been granite hands. He had granite hands. And not only did he never receive the ball, but he just said, hey, defense, you want charity, bro? You want charity? And mind you, the Chargers defense held them to a field goal there. And this is another thing. I'm so sick and tired of people blame. Oh, dude, when Eddie, and look, I got salty in the group chat. We all know it. I got salty, I'm not trying to say I didn't. I'm not even trying to say I didn't. I was salty, but you know what made me upset is his insult wasn't against Sony Michel. His insult wasn't against, you know, the fact that we have what's his name, Dwayne Carter is apparently our lead wide receiver. I mean, we're targeting him more than we're targeting Mike Williams. He didn't say anything about that. He didn't say anything about Rashawn Slater. He did mention Joey Bosa. Nothing about Kenneth Murray. Okay, nothing about all these other injuries that we had, but he said the defense. He said the defense couldn't make a play. That's bullshit. Dude, the offense, you know how many opportunities we gave the Jacksonville Jaguars to score points on us, dude? We turned the ball over. We would have to punt it inside of our 20. We were playing outside, like inside of our 20, playing out like maybe 3 or 4 times. And the defense held them to field goals on 2 of those drives in the red zone. That is good defense. If you can hold an NFL team in 2 opportunities, you hold them to field goals in the red zone, dude, that's good defense. You can't blame your defense. Dude, it's the offense. It's the fact Austin Eckler is wondering why he's even playing football. He might as well be a barista. But he's a player sort of coach, and Justin Herbert wanted to play. Justin Herbert wanted to play, and I think Brandon Staley talked to him and said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Put me in, coach." And he's a player's coach. Brandon Staley is a player's coach. For better or for worse, he is a player's coach. Would Bill Belichick make that decision? Probably not. Probably not. But that team, man, there's a certain chemistry with Brandon Staley, and I don't think you can discount that.
You got to take your L's like you take your W's, man, because it'd be the 7 days from now. You could be, the happiest dude. You can be wanting to sock somebody in the face, bro. I'm telling you, man, how this game works.
I was debating going to the dog park, and I was debating like just telling Moose to attack other dogs. No, dude, Sunday. Let me tell you something about Sunday for me. Sunday was not a good day, dude. For a lot of reasons for me personally, and I don't think people understand like how much this shit actually affects my and I'm not proud of it, dude. I'm not proud of the fact that like I get genuinely upset when my fantasy team is losing and when my team gets railed by the Jaguars, dude. I am genuinely mad. And so when I see someone in the group chat, "Oh, the defense wasn't making plays," and the fact that he was at SoFi, bro. Where's Eddie at? Let me give him a call. I'm gonna call him right now. Because look, I'll call him right now and tell it to him to his face, bro. I don't want this to be something where I'm starting drama, in the league without
Drama
having.
alert.
It was a tough game, man. Let me see who the Chargers play next week, man. Shoot.
If he doesn't answer, I'm leaving a voicemail. By the way, if he doesn't answer.
Chargers go on the road to Houston next week, man.
That should be an easy dub.
That's our Valentine game. That's our Valentine.
Houston's played better than I thought they would too.
I think that's a good. Brian, that's what I'm saying, Brian. Sometimes we gotta just kind of take
leave
it.
your message for 858.
Oh, perfect. No, this is better. This is better. This is better. I can get my heart out. Hey, Eddie. Dude, I love the fact that you were there at SoFi over this past. Oh, he's answering now. Okay, end and accept. Speakerphone. Hey, Eddie, bro, what's good?
Yo, it's good.
I'm here on the live stream, and we were talking about what you were saying on Sunday about the Chargers defense.
Yeah, that Derwin James is overpaid.
Yeah, dude, and I know you're doing it for the clicks, bro. I know you're doing it for the clicks. Derwin James is the only difference maker on that roster right now.
Really made a difference against Jacksonville, didn't it?
Oh yeah, Jacksonville, man. You're laughing, but when they come to Dallas, bro, they're gonna have Jerry Jones is gonna be going to dinner with Trevor Lawrence, and Jerry Jones is gonna be paying him double time to maybe get a little sucky in the back room. You know what I'm saying, dude? Trevor Lawrence. Hey,
if that's what Spanos did, and it worked.
Yeah, well, Spanos is a joke. That's not why I'm here. All I want to say is that the defense made plays, dude. Inside the 20, twice they held them to field goals. The offense is to blame.
I agree until the point that they literally couldn't get a turnover to save their lives, bro. I agree with the offense, and then Bosa didn't help that Bosa got hurt.
Dude, J-Ro isn't going to be holding the football with one hand up 27 points in the fourth quarter, dude. They're going to protect the football. You can't just force turnovers like that. Hey, you know what? That's about it from Eddie Isa here. Thanks for joining the call, Eddie. We appreciate you, and we will be seeing. Hey, you can't be happy.
Tell Eddie I said he's in trouble at week 4.
W, bro.
Drizzy's saying you're in trouble week 4. That's all he wants to tell you.
He's going to be 1
yeah,
and 3.
He's a Giants fan, huh?
He is a Giants fan.
Well, tell him that Danny Jones, Danny Dimes, this isn't it, bro.
I can't even hear
I
him,
don't know
bro.
what the Giants saw in Daniel Jones.
He's basically just talking shit on Danny J. That's what he's doing. Dude, we're on a Discord
At least
chat.
our quarterback
so
has
he
a
can't
thumb.
hear you, unfortunately. But
Our quarterback
anyways,
has a
I just want to
thumb.
call you because we brought you up in the chat. Team Buttermy.
Takeaway, man, it's just the Steelers. They can only go as far as your offense can take you, man. This is how the league is, man. I don't care who you got on defense, man. You need to be able to score touchdowns, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Going
do.
off of that, my biggest takeaway from that game for Pittsburgh is that their O-line is just atrocious, and Mitch isn't the answer. Like Brandon kind of pointed to, like Pickens, Freiermuth, Claypool, Yonsei, like they all need to. They're getting balls just airmailed over their head, and it would be nice to, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, I feel like, to see if Pickett's like the real deal or not with such a good quarterback class coming in next year. You know, like don't just sit him the entire year for a guy that's limiting your offense to like 13, 14 points. And for the Browns is, once they get Deshaun back, they're gonna be a scary team. I could see them taking the AFC.
Yeah.
You think Deshaun's going to be that guy though? Let's be honest.
I think,
Hey,
yeah.
all right, no, but this is a guy coming off how many millions of dollars in settlements, right? You know, no, and
He's
listen,
got 250 in his account though. Like, he
listen,
doesn't
no,
have
but
it.
I get it, bro. I understand, but at the same time, this is a guy that is he even allowed to practice with the team? Like, on a suspension?
Not
I
until
don't.
the end of October.
No, so
I think he
listen.
can start practicing like a month before. he
This
returns.
is the NFL, bro. This isn't backyard football, dude. These defenses have been playing against starting quarterbacks. You know, they're not going to be necessarily fazed by a guy who has no practice. Look, and I think that Deshaun's talented as hell. But is he going to be the same guy that all these other starting stars, I'll say, you know, elite quarterbacks, whatever, top 10. Let's say the top 10 quarterbacks. Is he going to be poised like they will? Is he going to understand the offense and the flow of the game and understanding the chemistry with his wide receivers? You know, the way that Brissett might be? I don't know, dude, because this is the NFL, dude. Talent, there's no lack of talent. There's no lack of talent. And I don't know if he's going to come in and all of a sudden take them, you know, and be some savior. You know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he has like 5 weeks to prove it though, like to tune up his game before the playoffs, and just the way their defense is playing and the way Chubb and Hunt work off each other. Like the O-line's fantastic. They got a great run game, probably best in the league, maybe second to Saquon, but like that team's fantastic, and you can't tell me that Deshaun Watson, like off a pure talent level, isn't top 10 in the league, like quarterback wise. I hate like his guts. Obviously, I'm not a Deshaun defender or anything, but the dude's talented. There's a reason why he got $250 million guaranteed before all the allegations were gone. He's insanely talented. His weapons are way better in Cleveland than they were in Houston. All he had in Houston was like Rex Burkhead and Brandon Cooks. Like, that's all he was throwing to. D-Hop left,
No,
bro.
but
D-Hop wasn't there.
hey, D-Hop was a
I'm
big
saying
part
this,
of
the last
Deshaun
time-
Watson's
The last time we saw Deshaun Watson,
Yeah, but now he got
D-Hop. There was no D-Hop. His best player with him was a wash David Johnson. Now he's got Nick Chubb to work off in play action. He's got Kareem Hunt, one of the best pass-catching backs in the league. Amari Cooper's looking great. And Njoku looks like he's primed to take that next step. Donovan Peoples-Jones is a fine number 2. He's not amazing or anything, but he's good. Like, yes, I don't think he's going to be gold right away. Like, it's going to take some time, but, you know, if there are, like, 7, 8 wins when he comes back and he gets tuned, they're going to be scary. They got a good defense, too. Like, that's a scary team.
But I agree with you as far as Brandon, you brought up the Steelers, Drizzy, you expanded on. By the way, also, and Brandon, you probably have something you want to say, and I want you to say it. But after that, I want to talk about, first of all, my brother has a strategy, and I don't know if he even knows it or not, but he stacks running backs.
Double RB, bro.
And he did it last year, and he's doing it again this year with Justin Robinson, James, all right, James Robinson, okay, and ETN Jr., number one, numero uno, and he stacks them. And he's one of the most feared teams in the league right now, and he went to the championship last year. I mean, that's a thing now that you might need to start looking at it, because there's a lot of teams. The Patriots are emerging as another example of a team where you can stack their running backs. If I had Ramondre Stevenson, I'm playing him RB2, maybe a flex. I don't know. But I'm putting Damian Harris and Ramondre because it raises your floor. Yeah. And it limits your ceiling. But when I'm over here scoring 95 points, I need to go ahead and raise my floor a little bit. I'm not gonna lose to someone with 98 points for the rest of the season. I forbid it.
I wouldn't do it with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt this year, because you got to draft Nick Chubb in the second round. Kareem's like a 6th round pick, and that's just like a little too rich for my blood. But with Patrick, he got ETN I think in like the 4th or the 5th round, and me and him actually traded J-Rod for CEH, so it worked out for both of us. But I mean, I drafted Robinson in like the 9th or 10th round, so like when you get lock up a backfield that's like very split carries, I think it works in your favor. You're locking down the entire running back like position, like all their usage and everything. You're getting 100% of the snaps from 2 players, and especially in an offense. And Trevor Lawrence likes to dump the ball. Etienne's such a good pass catcher, and James Robinson's underrated in that regard, and he's a downhill nose runner. Like their styles complement each other so well that I think it's going to work for Patrick again this year.
He offered me a trade, Travis Kelce and Jalen Waddle for Justin Jefferson and Kittle. And
I would take that.
No, hey, hey, I know AZ. Hey, hindsight 2020, bro. This was before week 3.
This is already gone.
This was before Justin Jefferson posted a 4.4 performance, I believe. I mean, something that
it's not on Jefferson. It's because of Kelce for me. But Kelce's such a big upgrade over Kittle.
But we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. First game back, he had some looks. It's his first game back, bro. This is George Kittle we're talking about.
Dude, George Kittle is the best tight end in the league, but not fantasy-wise, because he's such a good blocker that they don't have him running routes all the time.
I don't know.
He's fantastic. And, he's going to be capped by this quarterback situation, whether it's Lance or Jimmy G.
Imagine that, Brian. Like he got the keys to the nice car. You know what I'm saying? He got the keys to the it's like when your dad
goes, Honda.
Yeah, you know
Honda in the Ferrari.
Your dad lets you drive a nice car one day, take your girl out on a date. He's like, oh shit.
Now going off that analogy, and I do like that analogy. I do like the analogy that Jimmy G was handed a nice car. Let's go over that analogy. So let's say Jimmy he's in high school. He comes from the Hamptons. He has nice parents that went ahead and bought him a Bugatti. Okay, so he has a Bugatti. What if, the entire world, and I'm not talking about the United States, I'm talking about this is prime time Sunday night football. There are guys in Jamaica. What's up, man? You watching the 49ers tonight? I don't know if they're talking about the 49ers or the Broncos. Maybe Russell Wilson's a big commodity over there. I don't know. All I'm saying is on an international level, people are watching that game, and you're coming in to start the first time. By the way, a lot of people think you're a starting quarterback. And a lot of, and congratulations for getting your bag in the offseason. And guess what? You're sitting down, no risk of injury, collecting millions of dollars. Great, dude. I'm not knocking that, but I'm saying the pressure of the entire world watching you on Sunday Night Football against a stout Broncos defense. They're stout. We're talking Bradley Chubb's healthy now, and he's making impacts, Yeah, Randy Gregory, Pat Surtain, by the way, who's going to be.
Amazing.
I mean,
Darby's a good too as well. Like they got a good defense.
They've been good on paper. The Broncos have been a good team on paper. The offense is what's letting them down, if everybody's being honest.
Bro.
But that's a lot of pressure.
So bad.
That's all my point. So back to the Bugatti analogy. I'm gonna finish that thought because it was going somewhere. Okay,
go.
If the entire world is asking that Jimmy G behind the wheel of a Bugatti to beat out, a professional race car driver on a track, and I'm not saying that that's the skill differential. So maybe that's the failure in this analogy, but I'm just saying he might crash that Bugatti because he might take a turn real hard and he might crash that Bugatti. You got to be the starting quarterback for a minute when you're a guy like Jimmy G. You can't, because he's like a system quarterback. He can lead a system, and he can do that, which you'll get a starting job in the league if you can lead a system. But people were expecting him to be a Jelly Herbert, to be a Patty Mahomes, to be a Josh Allen, to be a guy that's going to step up in there, not elite, not to that level, but, make some throws that Jimmy G last season wasn't making. People had different expectations for him last season, and I think he succeeded under those expectations,
Yeah, and to that point, Brian, like I was saying, my thinking, if you think back, it's like, ask yourself this, like, why did they draft Trey Lance? Like, they already went to the Super Bowl. They already have all these great players. Like, the system's already built for Jimmy Garoppolo. Why did they draft Trey Lance? I thought about that for a second. I was like, and then it hit me when I watched this game. Because the game, it was 10-3. It was 10-3. And the San Francisco had the ball. And remember, everybody was getting all pissed because they kept punting the ball and stuff. That was literally because Jimmy was stalling out, bro. 3rd and 5, and you're throwing underneath. They got to punt the ball. You're giving your coach, you're not giving us a chance here. Certain situations like that I'm seeing in the game, it's hitting me. I'm like, oh my God, there it is. Jimmy shrinks in these big moments, bro. Like, I could see on his face. He's the one player that can't hide his emotions. Tom Brady, you don't really know what he's thinking. Aaron, you don't really know. Jimmy, he gets a little nervous. He starts sweating. His lips start curling. You can tell he's getting nervous. And it showed me why they got Trey Lance. Because in these big moments, Jimmy shrinks, bro. And he was missing left and right. Him stepping out of bounds in the end zone, bro. Like, you literally look like a clown, dude.
That's like JV level football right there.
Level, bro. You missing left, right, up and down, like inaccurate balls, and then he throws
into triple coverage.
Dude,
fumbling snaps. Like, the thing is, like, they drafted Trey Lance because they know, like, that team is so talented every other position besides quarterback, and they saw what they could do if they drafted one of those top quarterbacks. Like, if they had the 1st overall pick and they got Trevor Lawrence in that draft, that team would be a Super Bowl contender.
100%.
Jimmy G is the one that's holding them back. And Shanahan's such a good offensive coordinator that it hides a lot of his flaws. Like, he does not have a deep ball. He barely has a mid-range ball, and his short passes are when he has any pressure on him, he's making a dumb throw. Like, he doesn't go to his second read once, he gets that blitz. He doesn't throw the ball out, though, either. He's a bad decision maker. He's a bridge-holding quarterback. If they had a good quarterback, like a good quarterback, you put a guy like Kirk Cousins in that system, they could be Super Bowl contenders.
Oh, the final score was 11-10.
Oh, that's a stretch, Drizzy.
No, it's not. If you switch Jimmy G and Kirk Cousins, Minnesota would have like 4 or 5 wins this year.
I agree with that.
He's awful.
But I don't agree with the flip. I think Jimmy G in Minnesota would not be a good fit by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But on the flip side, I don't think Kirk Cousins makes the 49ers an NFC juggernaut.
I mean, dude, they made the NFC Championship last year with Jimmy G. Like, and there's no way you can tell me Kirk's not an upgrade. I mean, the guy throws 3 touchdowns for every pick he throws. I mean, he had a bad game against the Eagles, but that's the top 3 defense in the league.
The 49ers are, like you said, the 49ers are a Bugatti, bro. Like, you got Kittle,
yeah,
Debo.
No, but yes, but no. Yes, but no.
Sure for the least amount of picks last season, so he's definitely an upgrade over Jimmy for sure.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, Jimmy's honestly
he's holding them back.
The only reason that he's had any success is because of Kyle Shanahan and the pieces around him. Like, if you have to use your star wide receiver as a running back because that's the only way you can get him the ball consistently, like, it says a lot.
It says a whole lot, bro. A whole lot.
Granted, I mean, look at the running back situation. Okay.
I know they're injured, but look at last year. They weren't. Their plan was not to use Debo as a running back this year, and then Trey Lance got hurt, and let me check. Like I know his carries went up in this game. Like,
bro, even before Trey got hurt, bro, he was playing horrible, bro.
I don't want anything to do with the 49ers.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
That's why I was so happy to get rid of Elijah Mitchell and Jeff Wilson. I was like, get these fuckers out of here, man. I cannot handle
That's gonna be a mistake.
No.
I'm serious. Look at, dude, trust me. I'm a guy. The only reason I had success last season was because I locked down that backfield. I'll tell you what. If I didn't lock down that backfield last season, it would have been a different story. I wouldn't be third place. Okay.
But that's the exact reason I don't want them, bro. I don't want to have the whole backfield on my bench, bro. Like you had 3 guys on the 49ers on your bench. I don't want that.
Okay, but who else are you putting on your bench in a 14-man league when we have extra bench spots? Who else are you going to put on your bench?
Mike, you got like 4 Raiders on your team right now.
Yeah, bro.
Come on now.
That's his ceiling. Josh Jacobs, 14 points. That's about like the best week you're going to see out of him. Unfortunately, granted, if this wasn't a PPR league, I might think differently, because
I hope he drops 50 on you next week.
If he drops 50 on me next week, I will stream myself running naked down the boardwalk of the Huntington Beach Pier. Okay. That is the last thing that is going to happen. If anything, you might get lucky elsewhere. But Josh Jacobs, you're looking at a guy like Antonio Gibson last week, not limited in the pass game. He got himself a touchdown at the end of the game. He salvaged his fantasy line on a touchdown. That's the same sort of guy Josh Jacobs is going to be. And I'm not saying that there's no room for that. I'm just saying he's not going to be by any means even a top 15, running back.
I think I disagree with you, because I think it's going to come down to how Derek Carr establishes himself. Can he be a leader? Because,
Good luck. I don't know if you've been watching him, bro. Good luck.
No, and I get that. I get that, bro. Like,
hey, that's another example of 2 running backs going forward, Pollard and Zeke, that you could stack in your lineup, especially with the 2 flexes in our league. If I have Ezekiel Elliott, and I'm not sure who has him in our league, but if I have him, I'm looking to acquire Tony Pollard if I don't already have him. Because if you stack those 2 with Cooper Rush at quarterback, forget about it, bro.
I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear you, man.
You got to do what you got to do to win. And for the Cowboys, that means Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. Those are the 2 guys right now at this point. Dak Prescott's, he's out sipping Mai Tais in the fucking trainer room.
So, Ryan, who would you start over, who would you start over who, Pollard or Zeke? Like, if you could only start one of them, like you only have one spot.
It's hard not to start Zeke, obviously, because he's still the name.
But you can definitely count on Pollard getting you like.
Dude, I would say, I'm venturing to say this, at this point in their careers, Pollard is a better running back.
100%.
Based on what I've seen, dude, and I'll take it back to this 2019 Chargers season. We've got Melvin Gordon, we've got Austin Eckler. Melvin Gordon has some issues with fumbling, has some issues with staying healthy. Did he do some great things in maybe the 2018 season? Oh, hell yeah, he did. But moving forward, when you have a guy like Austin Eckler, an undrafted free agent, who then comes in, he's a strong guy, pound for pound, strongest player on the Chargers, not even self-proclaimed. The team will say that. But you can't, nowadays, reliability at the running back position is what's important. If you cannot fumble the ball, if you can stay healthy, and if you can be a playmaker sometimes, I'm not even talking about like a Dalvin Cook level dynamite playmaker. I'm talking Dalvin Cook's a good example. Look at Alexander Mattison. That's a good running back. I would love to have Alexander Mattison on the Chargers right now. I would send Sony Michel off to play in the Arena Football League where maybe, he can get some touches. But I swear, if Lombardi plays Sony Michel again like he played him as if he was some true RB2 next week against the Texans, I might just go down there and slap him around myself, bro. He's good. He's talented. And guess what? What's the price tag? And this is what the Chargers had to ask. with Melvin Gordon versus Austin Eckler? What's the not even talent, not even, Melvin Gordon's swaggy as hell, bro. He's the kind of guy you want to go to the club with, bro. He's the kind of guy you want to be dancing with and attracting females. That's Melvin Gordon, okay? I have no hate for the guy. But when he's demanding some crazy contract and the Chargers have Austin Eckler on the roster, that's all of a sudden now what I'm seeing for like Zeke and Pollard. Or even Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison. If I'm a manager on a football team, if I'm an owner on a football team, if I'm a staked investor in a football team, I'm going to go with the less of a price tag at running back because guess what? They all get injured at some point. They all get hurt. So invest your money into people like cornerbacks. I'm talking maybe even linebackers. I'm talking like offensive line. Invest your money smarter because you can get a Travis Etienne looking like a god out there, bro. It doesn't matter, you can't be putting these big price tags anymore on guys like Zeke.
Too short.
Yeah, dude, it's true. Now moving forward, okay, we're now heading. Monday night is over. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the free agents. And by the way, I'm going to say this, and I know it's not going to be a popular opinion because people want to act hard and act like this is something everybody enjoys. But I'm not a huge fan of having money for the waiver wire, man. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that, and I'll tell you why. Because
Sean's bank account.
Dude, because it's just like, I don't know. I like that if you have a really bad week, if your team, like, for example, in the other league, but listen to this, and I get it, dude, and I'll outline the pros and the cons. I'll try to do my best to make this a valid argument. Okay, I'll outline the pros and the cons, man.
They were hoarding players last season. My gosh.
I'm after the truth, okay? I'm not after what's popular. I'm after the truth. I'm a journalist. Hey, Baylor, for example, God bless it, Baylor. I am so sorry.
The most unlucky fantasy football player.
The most unlucky, and that goes to show my point. Don't you think Baylor shouldn't have to lose on a prime waiver wire pick because he put $29 in and someone put $45 in?
They don't want him.
He needs a catalyst.
I agree with Mike.
He needs a catalyst, bro.
Dude, look at Sean, bro. Sean's team is struggling, bro.
But
look at he's got like $100 left in his balance for the whole season.
It's not. I don't think it's. I think that if you're towards the bottom of the league, you're gonna tend to like the style that benefits you more. Versus when you're at the top of the league, you're gonna like having a fair chance of getting that star player. And I think it's more just like it sucks in that league being in like 8th or 9th. Not towards the bottom because you're missing out on the star every week. The guy in last is gonna get the star. So everyone having an equal chance to get it, that's why I like that style so much more. And if your team's really bad, you just gotta, and you really want somebody, you gotta put up that fab. You gotta put up that money.
Brian, would you have that same opinion, Brian, if you won this week?
Mm-hmm. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't think I'm very good at the whole. Here's a budget. Stake your claim, let's gamble and see if you bet enough on it. I'm not necessarily good at that. So whether I win or lose, I'd still necessarily, if I'm being a statistician, bro, if I'm literally Socrates in the library right now and I'm looking at the teams of my past and the teams of my future and I have to stake my opinion on this, I would say if I'm down and out, if I've got injuries, if I've got issues on my roster, I hope there's an olive branch. Okay, and if Dirty Toes, whatever your name is on the league, Mike, if you put $100 on a guy that could have been a guy that could take me to the playoffs and I'm just ignorant of it, and granted, look, this is our first time doing this in the league, so I don't know anything about it. I would venture to say most of us don't know anything about it. Sean, I feel like he's been on the Reddit boards, bro. I feel like he's been looking into it, bro. I feel like he's been looking at like how much should I bet on a weekly fantasy wire. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing it, and I probably should be, but I'm not.
It's not like you're starting out with $100 and someone else is starting off with $150. Everyone's got the same amount of money. And just because it's not like working for some people right now in the beginning of the year, I mean, like after watching a couple weeks of waivers, people should have an idea of what they're gonna need to bid on players to win them. I mean, I don't think Brandon had like any big bids, and then he was like, "Man, Herbert went down. I need to get a quarterback this week." Put he put 40 in on Jimmy, so like, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
40 down on Jimmy.
Is that why you, dude? Is that why you were so mad, Brandon?
I didn't know that, bro.
You put
Oh, bro.
$40 on Jimmy Garoppolo, bro.
So me and
Honestly, on the trading block for me, dude, everybody,
Maybe.
they're anybody. I at
Really?
this point, dude, I'll trade Justin Jefferson right now, and I get it. He's had a couple bad weeks. Do I think that's going to be the trend? No, I think he'll come back. But dude, nothing is off the board for me. Justin Jefferson, Patrick Mahomes, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, bro, Devin Singletary, Antonio Gibson, Chase Claypool, MVS, bro. They're all on the block, bro. They're all on the block. If you want them, give me some appetizing offer, and we'll make it happen, bro. What about James Robinson, bro?
also that's a great shout out.
Because
Like
dude,
the Achilles.
no one expected him to be that guy this season at all, bro. He went so late in drafts. You know, they like and if you look at the production between the two of them, I think he's a top 10 running back right now.
He's number 2. in
Oh my
fantasy.
god, dude, he's top 5.
Oh wait, he's gonna be 3 after Saquon tonight, but he's number 3, bro.
No, but and that's a guy that you could have gotten like the 7th round, 8th
I got him
round.
in the 9th. I got him in the 9th round.
I dare say this, he is last year's Cordero Patterson.
Definitely could be, man.
Remember I drafted Cordero late and he became top 10 running back and he was a catalyst for me, bro.
That was a wild pick.
That was a wild
Cordero
pick,
was
bro.
Cordero was going mad late.
Cordero
Hey, you took him like a round or 2 early, and I was like, Brian, what the hell are you doing? And like little did I know, Brian was born in 2027, and he just went back in time, and he knew what gems to draft.
Sometimes you make a good pick, bro. But all I'm
Yeah,
saying,
bro, that was a great
J-Row is a good pick for whoever picked him. I'm
Exactly.
not sure who picked him. Patrick, I guess.
It was me, and I traded him to Patrick.
You-
But I got CEH back, bro. So
But see,
running back 3 and running back 4.
At the time, looks like a great trade for you. But
It looked great for both.
fast forward to today, Patrick looks like a fantasy god, bro. He looks like some sort of genius right now, dude.
Brian, I sent you a juicy trade.
Juicy
It's gonna
trade.
be the worst. It's gonna be the worst trade we've ever seen on stream.
Dude, Michael, you're literally sitting there saying that you're getting negative points on this, bro. The IBM ThinkPad, whatever runs the analytics behind ESPN's fantasy football app, they've got you at an 86 overall trade value and me at a 71 overall trade value. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I would be sending away Justin Jefferson, the 4th overall pick in this draft. He has all the hype. Yes, he's had a couple of poor weeks, but that is the guy in that offense, and I think we're going to see more of it moving forward. And in return, I would be getting Zay Jones. Okay, and I get he had a good week, yada, 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 bro. He played a broken Chargers team, bro. I was just, and then we don't even need to talk about how disappointed I was in that team, bro. But it was disappointing. I don't care if it's the second string, bro. I was disappointed. Anyways, DK Metcalf. Okay, now at least we're getting in the realm of like a consistent, maybe, performer. I'm not saying a star. I don't think DK is going to be a star with Geno Smith, but I think he'll be consistent, at least with targets, and that's what matters. And then Jacoby Myers on the New England Patriots. So first of all, here's the problem that I have with like these trades where it's one player goes and you get 3 in return. You've got to drop like 2 people on your bench.
You definitely got some spots on your bench that you could free up for those players. You know what
you're
I mean?
right. I mean, you're not wrong.
Brian, I want you to just put names aside for a second and look at what's on the pieces of paper, on the data. Okay, pull up Jacoby Myers' numbers. He had 6 targets week 1, and then week 2 he had 13 targets. All right, that is a productive receiver. All right, like that's a productive ass receiver. You look at Zay Jones. This dude got 11 targets this week. Last week he only got 4, but that's because it was just a tough game for them entirely, you know. But then week 1 he had 9 targets. All right, so again, you want consistent productivity from these receivers, and then DK Metcalf. All right, this guy is slept on this season. I think that him and Gino are gonna do wonders. All right, like him and Gino have a good connection. All right, it's just gonna come down to Gino's ability to play for that given week, right? Like he's not elite, but he's an okay backup. He got 12 targets this week, 17.4 points, and a touch. You know what I mean? Like those are all good numbers. And then if you pull up on paper Justin Jefferson's numbers, all right, let me get to him real quick.
Make sure you read week 1.
What about what do you got to say about Devontae Parker with this whole Jacoby Myers talk?
Who has it? Oh, thank you.
What kind
Dude, that guy's got passed around the league.
Yeah, he's been passed around. He's been passed around like a
Like a Jenner in the NBA.
Yes, sir. There you go, Drake. There you go. Finish the play, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Let me say something though. All right. So Devontae Parker, he got 10 targets this week. But the only reason was because Jacoby sat out. Like that's the only reason.
But did you see the way he played though?
He played fantastic.
Did you see the way he played?
He 10 targets, 5 receptions. All right.
Read the yards. Read the yards.
Bro.
150. All right. I'll give him that. You know, he ran hard that day. But
there's a reason why you're trying to sell Jacoby Myers now, bro. I agree. And honestly, it's not that bad of a trade. It isn't.
I'm not willing to sell Saquon, but anybody else if the price is right.
No, I mean Drake, I don't think you should sell Saquon because he's your dog, bro. Like that's your guy.
He's RB1 right now, so there's no reason.
You're in a Giants beanie right now. You know what I mean? Like like if I had it's like if I had Derrick Henry and I'm trying to trade him, bro. Like, am I even a fucking Titans fan? You know what I mean? Like, no. Like
you guys.
I just don't see I don't see a running back that's more valuable than Saquon right now. So there's no reason for me to trade him.
Hey, I've never actually bashed Saquon. The only time I bashed Saquon was because I thought it was funny with Gibby. That's not a serious argument to make. There was 1 week, and it just so happened.
And I knew that.
It just so happened he scored more points than Saquon, which was a fluke. But I thought it was hilarious, and I took the L that week. So you have to find
the best part about that. The best part about that is you said, "Where's Saquon at? Gibby's better," and then like the next 2 minutes, Saquon ended up scoring 5 points, and he only ended up scoring 2 or 3 less than Gibby.
He almost
man, please give me 4 more yards, Saquon, just so I can shut up this fool talking about Gibson.
He almost shut me up. Now, guys, and look, it's 11:10. Okay, this has already gone on for an hour and 45 minutes. It seems so awesome, right? I mean, that for sure. This season, longest stream. I know last year, I think me and Drake, we talked for like 3 hours, dude, on a podcast. We didn't even have video capabilities, and we just straight up talked for 3 hours. But for this season, longest stream thus far, I am, this is usually by 10 o'clock, I'm winding down. I'm throwing on HBO. Right now, I'm watching the new Game of Thrones. That's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, and already I got pushed back to 11:11. Make a wish, everybody, make a wish. 11:11. My wish is that I can win a football game, both with the Chargers and on my fantasy team. Is that too much to ask? Just give me 1 week where I just feel good about that whole thing. And dude, my whole mic stand just came out the whole. There we go. All right, you guys. See, that's how animated I'm getting here at the end. All I want to say is if you have one phrase, one last thought for whoever you're playing this week in fantasy football, if you could tell them one thing, what would it be?
Listen here, grease. Oh, I'm going to grease them bums up real good. Real good. Yeah, I'm saying.
Is that all? You're just going to grease those buns up? That's all you want to say to them?
I'll take.
All I need is there.
Eddie, this isn't going to be the first time you lose to me this season because you traded me Breece Hall for a bag of peanuts. So get ready for your second L of the year.
Okay. All right, now I guess. Oh, Michael, you're afraid of what I'm gonna say, huh? You gonna leave?
Well, one thing, Mike looks like he's gonna grab something real quick. Just give it just one second.
All right.
He's getting a prop.
Yeah, Mike said, hold on one second.
No, it's all right. I can wait. True champions have patience. I believe it was Sun Tzu in The Art of War. The moment you let your enemy get under your skin, you then lost the matchup. And that's right now. He's trying to play mind games. He's leaving the camera. He's trying to play games already mentally with me. And I'll tell you what, our team, we are forged through adversity. Okay, we are a team that will not shy at a matchup where maybe we're even predicted less points. Okay, we are a team that's going to succeed. The lights are going off. Michael has cut the power to the house. He is so scared. He doesn't even want us to see him. Oh, he brings a lightsaber. Is it Michael?
Brandon is going to be my assistant for my stunt. Brandon's head is Brian's fantasy team. Right? Okay, here we go.
Like you're going to use Mace Windu's prime weapon against me, bro. That is my favorite Star Wars character. Name another character that has a purple lightsaber that's relevant. It's Mace Windu. And if you think you're going to use a purple lightsaber against me, then I'm going to have to go Darth Maul on your ass. I'm going to have to go Sith Lord. You know, I'm talking about the Palpatine, bro. I'm about to go Palpatine on you, bro. If I had lightning bolts that came out of my fingertips, bro, you would see them now, bro. You would see.
Well, I don't know if you have a lightsaber, so.
I can't pull my dick out on stream because I'll get banned. Otherwise, I'd show you my saber right now, bro. They call it a stealth weapon, bro. You don't see it until it's too late, bro. You don't.
Baby Yoda.
It's Baby Yoda, bro. Grogu, whatever you want to call it, bro. Small but mighty, bro. Small but mighty. I think we're about due to end this thing. This was a good one, dude. Almost 2 hours, man. This was fun. First multi-video podcast in OTB's history, by the way. So it's a benchmark, man. It's cool that I was able to figure it out. Now, theoretically, we could definitely fit a fourth person on here. You know, if I move mine over to the left a little bit and then, you know, put another square. You know, we can do I'd say 4 might be the max, but we can get crazy, you know, potentially and do some more, but we'll have to play it by ear, you know. Anyways, week 3's in the books, bro. We're looking at week 4. Hopefully I'll get on here. Maybe you guys was this fun, dude? Would you guys be down to do this again? I know this one was long. Dude, we could do shorter ones too. Like
Brian, we got to do it next week because you and I play each other. So.
I know. We got to recap it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
We got to recap it.
Same time next week.
Same time
Monday
next
night.
week. Hey, Monday night after the game, you know, have some hot takes to say. I like it. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me, dude. I appreciate it. Trades are happening. Everybody's blood pressure is raised. We're looking at week 4 of action. Hopefully we'll see you next week. I appreciate y'all for joining me today. Y'all were dope. That was fun, dude. There's gonna be some good clip that's on YouTube, dude. I already know there's gonna be some good hot takes. That's the goal, dude. Here's my whole thing is like I want the stream to be like the regurgitation of just like we're just talking, and then the YouTube is where we can cut it up and just take like the good little nuggets and make it you know a congruent conversation, because you know it's hard to be ballers live all the time, but when you're clipping it, bro, you can make some magic happen. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, peace. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having me on, bro.
Yeah. Adios. Till